It was right after all the Christmas cheer of 2018. I was enjoying a movie with my wife when I got the call that would change my life. It was my mom. She had just called to ask us to come over the next few days and talk about her long-arm quilting business. I was not prepared for what was about to happen when we arrived at the house. We walked in and she dropped a bombshell. She said, "I can't do this anymore. I don't have any money and I owe tens of thousands of dollars in taxes. I want out. What do I need to do?" And that is when the floodgates broke. Tears flowed, tears of stress, frustration, of fear, of anger. To make a long story short, we talked through what happened and explored all the options available to her. We decided that the best course of action was not to close the business, but to have me get more involved in the business. But it wasn't all butterflies and rainbows, not even close. My name's Jacob Curtis. I'm a CPA and certified Profit First professional and a business coach. I started Curtis Accounting Solutions to remove the stress of doing the bookkeeping, payroll, and taxes off of quilt and craft shop owners and provide practical business advice to help quilt and craft shops piece together financial freedom. I'd love to hear your thoughts on today's episode, so please leave a comment below and remember to like, share, and subscribe. The beginning. For a full year, we did what the experts said to do. We kept the books updated, reviewed the reports, reconciled the accounts, and we still did not make any real progress in getting out of our debt hole. After the first year, my mom asked why we would owe taxes if we didn't have any money. That's when it clicked. We needed a cash management system. In my search for a good cash management system, a good friend told me about a book called Profit First by Mike Michalowicz. I read it and knew this was the system we needed. Within just a few days of finishing the book, we opened the additional accounts, redirected our customer payments to be deposited into the income account, and got the bills and everything else coming out of their appropriate accounts. The results, within 18 months, making less than $200,000 annually, we paid off over $50,000 of debt and saved $10,000. The business was debt-free for the first time since it began, but it wasn't easy. We were desperate and sick and tired of having our money tell us where it was going each month instead of us telling it where it was going. We stayed true to the 4 principles of Profit First. The 4 principles. Dieting is probably the easiest way to explain these 4 principles. So the first principle is to use smaller plates. Research shows that when we use smaller plates, we generally eat less because there's less plate area on which to pile our food. When we have a smaller plate, it will start a chain reaction. You will eat smaller portions, which means fewer calories and ultimately leads to losing some weight. The second principle is to serve sequentially. Eating your vegetables first will give you better nutrients and satisfy your hunger. Then, when the less healthy food comes, you will eat less because you're already full. The third principle is to remove temptation. Remove junk food from your house. People always go with what is ever easiest and tastiest. The fourth and last principle is to enforce a rhythm. Waiting until you're hungry is bad because you're more likely to binge eat and eat too much. If you eat at regular intervals throughout the day and before you're hungry, you will likely consume less calories. So how does this apply to your business? Well, when most businesses start, they go to the bank and get a checking account and sometimes a savings account, which they don't usually do anything with. In other words, we get one plate that has all of our money piled in it. Number 1, small plates. But when you use a smaller plate or multiple accounts and start to spread that money across the accounts, you have less in your operating account and will naturally spend less or at least start to question your purchases more often. Number 2, serve sequentially. Just like you should serve and eat your vegetables first in life, in business, using the Profit First system, you serve or set aside your profits to help ensure you have a healthy store. Number 3, remove temptation. You remove your savings for profits and taxes so you're not tempted to spend that money. You want to be like a squirrel and start hiding away money from yourself for your future self. Number 4, enforce a rhythm. We are creatures of habit. We don't like to have change, so use that instinct to your advantage. And in a regular cadence, you allocate the money you receive from sales into the various accounts. These 4 principles make the foundation of the Profit First cash management system. Trust the system. We followed these principles and were able to turn things around in our shop. It was not complicated, but it was also not easy. It took patience, discipline, and some sacrifice, but it has totally been worth it. We continue to follow these principles to guide our financial decisions today. It has proven to work, but it is different and change is hard. Commit now and trust the process and prove it to yourself. Start with one account. Open just one new bank account and name it your profit account, which is your emergency fund. Make it a checking account. I also recommend opening a free account that has no minimum balance required. Relay Financial is the official banking platform of Profit First. My affiliate link is in the description below. I personally use them and love them. Transfer 1%. Once that account is open, transfer 1% of the current money in your bank account to the new profit account. Don't touch it, let it sit. Every week for the next 3 months, transfer 1% of the money you collect into your profit account. The recap, the 4 cash flow principles are: use smaller plates or more than one bank account. Serve your profit first, then your operations. Remove any temptation to borrow from your future, because that is just stealing, and enforce a rhythm in your business. Sporadic spending and binging are not healthy for you or your business. Tell me in the comments below or email me at jacob@curtisaccountingsolutions when you've opened your profit account and have transferred in that 1% into the account. If you need help with this and piecing together financial freedom, please schedule a call with me by clicking the link below. Remember to follow me at Curtis Accounting Solutions on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and YouTube. Thanks for watching, and talk to you soon.